I decided to ditch Unity and switch to Godot because Unity is a greedy corporation and has started throwing AI down developers' throats. After switching, I thought everything was great. That wasn't until I realized I had to actually make something. This was quite a dilemma. Wait, rewind. I'm going to make my game based on a moral dilemma. You know, like that one where you pull a lever to kill a guy? Turns out, there's a lot of different moral dilemmas. For anything. I found this one talked about by Veritasium that's pretty much 100 prisoners searching boxes, which sounds like a super fun game, right? I'm not really sure what I was thinking. I started by first booting up Godot to make my first ever game, then I realized I had no idea what I was doing. So I found a video by this guy, blargis, and I'm going to use my top secret study hack. Fuck! I gotta pay for this? I guess 2 times is gonna have to do. Okay, I might have procrastinated just a little bit. But now it's time to actually start making stuff. I'll start making a desk by adding a cube and then scaling it real flat. Then you've got to let your table grow some legs to walk on. Then add another cube on top and looks like a desk already. And then I started making the main controller and, I'm just gonna borrow this code. Yep, there we go. Now I can start working on all the boxes. So I made a box. Just squint and you can see the resemblance. Then I added 100 of them. Oh wait, I know what my problem was. I finally got them working and they don't actually do anything yet. I decided to fix that by writing a program to add random numbers in each box. And, oh, I just got it second try? Anyways, it's pretty simple really, and it actually works somehow. Now I wanted to fix these boxes because that's pretty much my whole game. I used my professional art skills to start creating a reference image which turned out beautifully. I made the designs in Inkscape and then dropped them into Godot. This whole game is held together by shit code and cardboard boxes just smashed together. When I went to test out the new boxes, I realized that I had broke the monitor again. At this point, I went through and resized everything to be the same. I then started making a basic movement controller that just allows you to look around. Then you can sit up to enter the professional gamer position. But then I faced my biggest problem. The game is incredibly boring. No one wants to sit here just clicking random boxes endlessly for no point, so I had it lore. Each prisoner now has bios, so you know a guy like this can stay in jail. The only problem with this was I had to add 100 different prisoners with different bios, so I decided to ignore this now like all my other problems and move on to making the game look better. I started modeling the monitor first and made an actually good one. Then I moved on to the desk, which I already made, but I needed a new one. After putting everything in Godot, I realized someone left their mug on my desk. I then spent way too long making the texture for the walls. And then afterwards, I had a room with plenty of space for your neck exercises. I even decided to make the boxes scale up when you hover over them, which adds a real nice... Okay, too much. Okay, now that's looking better. I figured now it's time to introduce every game dev's secret weapon, post-processing effects. They're like makeup for game devs. You can take something ugly and make it beautiful. I threw on a shader and then added some lighting and... So now I'm at the point where I realize how bad of an idea this game really was. Now I could probably start adding more prisoners. But I'm not doing that right now. Instead, I was brainstorming some other ideas. Items. Yeah, I know, real original. Just like every other video game ever made, but I'm doing it anyways. So, the way it works is every time you sentence a prisoner, you'll receive some money. You then use that money to buy stuff like a monster. Then you can use the monster to summon a goth girl. I made my first 2 items, which are supposed to be a noose and a key, not a donut and cheese. They both immediately sentenced the current prisoner, with the noose keeping them in and the key freeing them. Mike over here isn't getting any keys on my watch. I then started making the actual models for them in Blender. Another new item I started making was this can. Unfortunately, I couldn't just copy and paste the branding because of legal reasons, so I had to make my own, which was looking pretty decent. I now had items, but no way to get them. So now, if you look over to our right, oh wait, that's better. Now this will be where you purchase the items. I hung up the posters and now shop's in business and you can buy items. And then made it possible for you to get random items when opening boxes and also some money. Who doesn't love getting free money? I then changed focus and wanted to work on the weight of the game and make it more suspenseful, like a horror game should be. The first thing I did was add some animations each time a prisoner is sentenced, which makes you feel like you're actually doing something each time. Afterwards, I focused my attention on this piece of paper and well, the first thing I did was completely trash it. I then started working on a new and improved piece of paper, which now looks more polished. But as I was finishing, I realized my game might be cooked. The 100 prisoners issue that I ignored earlier is now my biggest problem. Right now I have 2, with no pictures. Now, there's 2 ways I can add characters. I can A, make an extremely complicated system that randomly generates characters, info, and pictures, so each gameplay loop is different and still has some uniqueness. Or B, make 100 different static characters and probably go insane. Now, I have crippling indecision, and I have a hard time making choices like this.
The hardest choices require the strongest wills.
So, I'll let you decide what my torture should be, or if I should just forget about this project altogether. All in all, I think for my first Godot game this turned out pretty decent. I mean, incredibly boring, but it's functional. Kind of. So if you think I should revisit this in the future, then comment down below what direction you think I should go with this game. Until then, I'll start working on other stuff. That is, unless I get random 3 AM motivation to rehaul this game. And well, if you like this video, you should check out this one too.